Hello, everyone. I'm Marty and along with my good friend Ken Montroy, we're your host of the local sports wrap-up here on Cable Channel 15 and YouTube. Today is July 9th, 2020. Ken, how you doing there, kiddo? I haven't seen you in a week.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's been a long week, about 7 days again. Darn it. Pretty consistent with that. But it's been really hot.
Really
Today
hot.
was a burner.
Oh, it's smoking hot outside as we speak.
Makes it kind of tough. But isn't there something going on out there?
It's
Farm market?
yeah, there's a farmer's market outside
Right.
our door on Thursdays. You can get elephant ears and I'm not sure what else. There's booths set up. Too hot to walk them.
You try that kickboxing, you get some elephant ears in no time.
Anyway, it's been a well, since the last show I had to film in 3 blocks over.
Oh,
It worked out really well.
That can with a string on it worked good.
It did. It did. It's amazing what you can do with technology these days.
Yes.
Where do we start? There were 58. Let's talk schools. There were 58 state titles given out
58.
before the coronavirus, the pandemic shut everything down. Any idea how many locally? Downriver?
Well, there's going to be a couple of them that possibly could have been handed out because River Rouge was ranked number one in the state in Division I. Now that's
Basketball.
basketball. How small that school is, and they're tough year after year after year. And I'm not just talking basketball. They're tough in football. They're tough in everything.
Well, funny you mentioned that because football was one. Rouge got the Division III in football.
Beautiful.
They were state champs. We
Correct.
talked about them. We were
Correct.
trying to get the coach on, I remember.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
Grosville brought the D3 boys soccer state
Yes,
title
they did.
home.
Yes,
And
they
then
did.
Allen Park's competitive cheer team was Division II state champs. So downriver
Yes.
we had 3. But there are also some teams in the sports that got eliminated. Like you said, the basketball team for Rouge was solid.
Solid.
So were some of, Wyandotte was solid.
Wyandotte was solid. Now,
You know, could they get to the next level? Who knows?
yeah, well, that's why you play the games, okay? Because you never know what guy might step up on that day to do what's needed. So I wouldn't have counted them short.
Okay, and I know that in hockey, we had a couple of
had
finalists.
Trenton and Gabe Bouchard, which, by the way, are usually up there because they're tough schools. Gabe Bouchard was Division III, Trenton Division II, but they were set to play in their semis.
Semis.
Now,
So that's
mention that
final,
semis.
final
Right.
4, right? Yeah, semis,
Correct.
final 4.
So we might have had 2 teams in the final game for their respective sports. Unbelievable. Hockey.
And then even there's
And
some
we-
solid baseball teams downriver too. Woodhaven's solid.
Well, Woodhaven, yes. Woodhaven's solid all the time. That is a solid program.
Yes, and I'm glad that I'm good friends with the AD.
Well, he's got the right program. He's got the right guys coaching. And that's one of the things there. Now that you brought that up, our kids, we've never had any problems with our kids that I recall. And that's one thing about their school. They're winners, and they act like it. They don't act like they haven't been there before. They act very mature. I like that. Good coaching. Good coaching.
And they were strong in the softball department too. Allen Park's always strong in softball. So it would have been nice if they could have got the games in. I mean, we, again, to repeat, only had our state finals in bowling done on the 6th and 7th of March. And like on the 10th is when they shut everything down, or
Correct.
the 9th. And we just had our banquet a week ago. So
Your banquet week off?
yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Well, I don't think you could have had it at a bowling alley because they still haven't opened up bowling alleys.
No, and
I feel so bad for my buddy Fred McLean. Because,
yes.
for one, the business is having difficulty, and you can't even sell it if you wanted to, because nobody's buying bowling alleys right now.
Well, hopefully he's gotten, the PPP money so you could pay for
Oh,
payroll.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
There are programs out there now, how simple they are to get and how difficult. I mean, I belong to Chambers, Allen Park, Southern Wayne County, Dearborn Chamber, Romulus Chamber, and this
Wow.
allows me to attend their events and let people know, I'm your trophy guy, name badge guy, partial sign guy. I farm that stuff out. But
I knew I spelled
you're
something.
allowed, by getting all that information, I was allowed to apply for payroll grants. Now, you had to show paperwork. I had to show them a year, so I pay every quarter. I had to show 5 quarters of proof that I had people on the payroll. But, they gave me enough money to pay out 8 weeks.
Which is sweet. And
Yeah.
I tell you, it's certainly, because I like Fred a lot, I'd certainly hope that everything goes well with him, that this thing, we find a cure for it and we can move on, because if not, we have to learn to live with this, and it's not going to be in a way that we're accustomed.
No, they canceled the National Bowling Tournament, and now they're going to bowl it. They say they're going to bowl it from September to November. They're going to bowl it.
They canceled the ABCs?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Why wouldn't you, though?
And then they say they're going to put one team on a pair,
One team on a pair?
and all this stuff. But how? You can't. I mean, I don't know. I've
It's
been
gonna
going
be tough.
for 30 years.
We've already bowled at 1:30 in the morning. What, are you going to put it back to 4 o'clock? Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm telling you. So we had some local players that signed letters of intent.
Oh, isn't that great?
That's always a goal of ours, to get our kids to sign. Talking to the bowling girls,
It is the goal.
a couple are still undecided where they're going to go to college. Like Alicia's getting recruited,
Good.
and she's got her choice from a couple schools. But do you go to the private school, and it costs $60,000 to go there, but they give you 30 of it? They give you half if you bowl. Or do you go to like U of M, where it's going to be $30,000 anyway?
Right.
Right. So you have choices, and she has choices to make. My daughter opted for, choice B. She could have bowled for a couple of them schools, but she wanted to go to U of M, and so she bowls club team with the boys. And
Well, I got to tell you, in all honesty, if you have to meet somebody and they're a partner for life and you get married and have to be at college, already you two are starting off really good.
yeah.
And they're at U of M, so
There you go.
something to be said for that.
We'll see how that all works out.
What's that, McCaffrey? How you spell that name again? Dylan?
Yeah. So he was 2 doors down. Yeah. Hi, Dylan.
Knocked 3 times.
They're knocking on his door all night long, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Big, tall kid. But they were on speaking terms anyway, but not much. So Southgate Anderson had a girl, Madison Prater.
Madison Prater.
She's playing volleyball at Rochester University.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
good for
we got
her,
River Rouge.
That was good.
That's
One
good.
down.
That's very good. River Rouge is Cortland Cochran, signed to play at Madonna University. Again, let them pay for your education. That's wonderful.
Playing what?
Football.
Football.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's good.
Must be tough.
And we
Come
have
out of there.
we have discussed how you start at the junior college, work yourself up, build up some bulk, and in 2 years maybe the junior college calls you, or I mean the MAC school calls you, because
Division
transferring now is almost a simple process.
It's not like it used to be.
You'd sit out a
It was
year
always frowned
before.
upon before.
And then-
Oh yeah, and legalities of that. You sit out a year, and who's going to put their whole life at that age on hold for a year?
I'm
That's kinda
telling you.
tough.
And then we had a Wyandotte school kid, Abby Simpson. She's going to row for Eastern Michigan University. I think that's cool. Rowing is like bowling. There are so many unused scholarships, and man, you can just get that kid up at 5 in the morning to get out on that water to row.
Well, I certainly hope the scholarships continue, because all these schools are hurting for money. I didn't even know that much when he was floating around. It never floated by me, but everybody seems to be out of money now.
I'm telling you.
So that's going to be another thing too. That's why I'm glad that they did this, signed it, so they already got the commitment from the college. But right here we got Khalib Razan. this wrestler signed on to wrestle at Rochester College.
Nice.
Again, that's wonderful. Wonderful. He comes from New Boston, Huron.
All right. Yeah, that's a big wrestling school.
Is it?
New Boston, yeah. When I was 70s, now we graduated 77, and then I went to work at the steel mill for a contractor, and we had a guy from Huron, and he was a big, strong guy, you know, and he said, oh, yeah, the wrestling program down there. So in the 70s, it was strong.
Oh, it wasn't because he brought in a load and said, whoever doesn't unload my load right now, I got to get out of here. I'm going to wrestle.
No, that wasn't it. He worked with us. So I have Flat Rock's Carly Doros. She's playing volleyball at the University of South Alabama.
Wow. Going to see the world.
Yeah, that's good. I mean,
Absolutely.
That'll be fun down there.
Absolutely. See the world while you're young, because when you get older, it sees you. Here we got Alan Parks, Nathan Magier. He signed, played with the Twin City Thunder junior hockey team. Now, if that leads me correct, I think he's actually might start getting paid. Do you think?
I would think juniors maybe something.
Oh, absolutely, because I think he's graduated now from Allen Park.
Correct, and he's that school I looked that school's in Maine, so that's a big hockey.
I love Maine.
It's not a school, I'm sorry, but that's a big
team.
That's a big hockey hotbed.
Oh,
you
Maine?
know, so for him to get in over there, pretty solid.
Good for him. I wish I knew stats on physically how big he was, but that's wonderful.
Hey, this is a low budget show. You got to get on the research department about that.
I know.
You looked on the back.
Our research department doesn't exist unless it's us. So, you know how much research we did on that. Thank you very much.
Gabriel Richard's Angela Caballing signs to play basketball at Aurora University. Good for her.
Absolutely.
And it looks like they were state champions in 19. Yeah, because she's got the trophy in front of her.
Nice.
So Gabriel Richard must have won the girls' title back then. And on the table, the picture here. So more power to her. Hope she can carry that team to a college championship.
What college was that?
Aurora University.
Aurora. Now, when she goes to Aurora, she's going there with some medal. I am this. I won this. We won this. I know how to fit in with a team. That's all. I think that's wonderful.
Joe, do you not think that everyone else on that team that got recruited is pretty?
I don't think everybody won medal.
No, never. Not everyone was a state
but that's just my thoughts.
They're probably highly recruited kids, though.
Oh, they might be. But did you see my trophy when I said this here? That's what I'd be telling them.
I can make you one.
Hey, gross eel. Blad, that's right, you can too. Peterly, let's go with that. Peterly signs to play at hockey with the U of M Dearborn. Well, that's good for his parents because he'll be close at home. Wonderful. And just like we were talking, you never know when you can jump to another college.
I wonder if they have to live there to play sports. If he's got to live on campus at U of M Dearborn in order to play, because that was part of the deal. Like Lillian's going to go to Lawrence Tech.
No way.
But she can't bowl with the bowling team unless you room and board there.
Wow, they're going to get their money back.
Well, no, she's going to go to the classes. Well, who knows? They're going to be online. That's another topic we'll discuss in a minute.
Yeah.
But, she's not going to room and board there because, they didn't recruit her for bowling, but I told her you could bowl on any college team. Yeah, because she's solid and she's smart. And, any one of my girls could bowl on some of the bowling teams I've seen out there.
Right.
It's just a matter of a little more coaching, a little more commitment, and, their average goes up 20 pins.
Absolutely.
So by saying that, she can't bowl on the bowling team at Lawrence Tech and unless she's rooming there. She's not rooming there for the cost. That's probably another 10, 12 grand. When she could commute back and forth to Lawrence Tech, it's basically Telegraph and like 10 mile maybe,
Right,
something
right,
like
it's
that.
not far. Yep.
So you can commit back. You just get up early and go.
But what changed with her, and it does with most athletes, is when you start your first year of college, all of a sudden you've broken away from those things that used to tie you down, where you couldn't work out, you couldn't do this, you couldn't practice. That all starts to go away when you get into college. Now, that is your focus, and I think she would do well once
And
that
yeah,
takes
and when
over.
you're in the room, you're in the dorm, that's where you're at. So you got idle time, and the gym's right there, and the bowling center's right there, or the football field's right there, or the soccer field, and you have access to work out on those things in your downtime when you're not studying.
Correct.
Which, because you're doing that school 24/7, you find you have a lot of downtime.
Yep.
My daughter almost signed up for club soccer, and she never played soccer in her life. She was so bored, and she found the bowling team, and all went well.
Right next to the football team, right next to the basketball team. I'm in the right place now.
That's right.
But anyway, that was Blake Petero.
All right, so let's talk. Our producer talked to Mr. DeSena today, our athletic director at Wyandotte Roosevelt.
Tommy.
He was he's very good to us.
Very
He's
nice
very
guy.
good to me.
Especially if he watches our show.
He
Very
was
nice guy.
mentioning, yeah, I'm sure, lines right up. He was saying about how they've already started football practice. No, well, it's not practice.
Whoa.
It's not practice, it's workouts. There's a big difference. You cannot have gathered practices, but you can have workouts that are supervised by a non-coaching person, I guess.
So that's the Michigan high school state rules.
Something like that, yeah. I'm not sure exactly. We'd have to look it up.
Right.
Google it, as the kids say. But
I'm
yeah,
sure
they're
Tom
out there
has.
working out in this heat. Probably getting up early, probably not going too hard when it's 90. And they're probably in the weight room at the school.
Probably right.
Probably in the weight room at the school, I would think.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
weight
if you're
room's
allowed to be in the school right now. See, so
Yeah, I think everything's outside.
yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, they're not even allowed in the school to be doing that.
No,
yeah.
because they just
Right.
ticketed a gym in Lincoln Park for being open.
Oh.
But again, okay, so let's talk football. Excuse me. Does it happen? Let's say Labor Day would be the first game. We're in July 9th, so we're 7 weeks away.
They're about 3 weeks from really starting to hit the pads, I think.
August 1st, they can lace them up.
Oh, okay. So
Right now, it's unsanctioned workouts. Sanctioned, but unsanctioned. You can skate the kids in hockey in the summer, but the coach can't be there, so the JV coach takes over and does it. So I've heard. I have no proof for any of that.
Nor will I
So I mean, I don't
say
know.
anybody's name.
There's talk at last resort, if the virus, which it grew this week, if the virus gets out of control again, that we do the spring sports first, and
Wow.
you do baseball and
Well.
track and field and golf, and well, I don't know, golf's a fall sport, I think, but
Well, the Ivy League took out all theirs, so I could see it happening to everybody. I just can. I don't know how you could tell me to send my child there when I'm concerned about child. Is she going to have the PPE or is she going to have the PPEs? Is everything's going to be distance apart? Marty, when we went to school, they had 32 in our class. And let me tell you, they tried to keep us apart. You guys talking back there?
you could hide back there. And it, again, it comes
Right,
down
you
to
can hide in your room.
comes down to the mask. The mask. There's a picture of my face.
That's not hard to do.
No, the mask. Where the
In
mask
fact, I
stop the
prefer you with a
spread.
mask.
Where the mask stop the spread. I got a sign on my door, and you know how many people come in without it? No shoes, no shirt, no service. Right? And that we grew up with that.
Yeah, that's correct.
No shoes, no shirt, no service. No mask. No service. Don't take
I
it
agree.
personal.
Right.
Okay, I'm 60 years old. I don't want you breathing on me.
It's just, yeah, it's not
I love you
personal.
dearly as my customer. I can't survive without you. But I don't, Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So don't wear your mask, and let's just let the thing grow out of control.
Well, it's out of control already, but it's even farther is what you're saying, right?
And a guy in your condition, you got to wear your mask, and
Correct.
you know.
Right. Oh, and I appreciate other people that do because it helps me. But yeah, I don't understand why psychologically it's such a tough thing just till we can get a handle on this. We can get a cure, we get a possible slowdown of it. Right now we have nothing. We don't even know the results of if you get it, oh, I'm asymptomatic. I had it, but nothing happened. I don't know. Did they x-ray your lungs? Did they take all your blood? What did they do to find out how that altered you?
They swabbed your nose. That's it.
Right. And asymptomatic, so I didn't get anything from it. And later on, they might find out it damaged your lungs or damaged your heart or damaged. Well, I didn't know all that.
No, because they don't know.
Because they don't know exactly.
And they go on Facebook and everybody knows. Everybody's an expert.
Yeah. I don't go on it, but I do understand that.
I can only say that if sports happen in the fall in the high schools, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised because I just,
Well, aren't they having difficulties? Major League Baseball. That's another thing too, Marty.
Baseball's starting. Woohoo! The 24th of July, so they say.
Well, on that, you have teams that can't even get their guys tested and results back in like 2 days. And look at how upset they are. Did you see the lines in Houston? Did you see the lines in Arizona? These people wait. One guy waited 5.5 hours, was still 2.5 hours away from once he gets in the building. And he's going to have to wait 6 to 7 days for his results. So how can we run a system? So then what do I do within 6 or 7 days? Oh, you have it or oh, you don't have it. So you got to start quarantining yourself then if you think you have it, right?
I'm telling you, I don't know how to get off this topic because I got passion for it, It's
we don't have a system set up.
Right. That's the main problem, and leave it to the states. The states are doing what they can, but the government, the government should step in. But then again, I'm not going to argue both sides of the coin. I'm on my side of the coin. You come in my store, wear a mask. Do Marty a favor. That's all I ask.
You got ugly people coming in your store?
Well, I can give them a mask of me. Will that make it better? Or will it make it worse? Depends on who it is.
Right. That's true. Grab a mask.
I made some cute ones with big red lips on them for the girls.
You know what? Tell them if they buy anything over $25, you get a free mask. Grab a mask when you walk in.
That's an idea.
That way we can do business.
That's an idea.
Food for thought.
So sports in the fall, if it happens, what are we? I mean, you're gonna have football games. You're gonna let all the high school kids come to the games?
That's another thing too. Well, they're already in school mingling.
That's true. And according to the way it's set up at the moment, you're gonna have your 6th grader wearing a mask.
Are you interested in going to a football game in any way, shape, form, or fashion if your kid was in school and you're our age?
Oh, yeah. Well, not our age, but as a high school kid, we loved the football games.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, would you as an adult?
No, I wouldn't.
A parent?
I wouldn't go.
There ain't going to be any parents in there.
Well, the parent might go see their kid. So let's say there's 60 kids playing.
Along with all these other kids that are walking around?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It just came out from underneath the bleachers. Did you see what those two were doing? They were not wearing their mask.
It'll be okay.
Really?
When them guys got Agent Orange on them, they just told them to brush it off.
Man,
that they would be okay. In Vietnam, they just said, you get that orange stuff on you, just brush it off. It'll be all right.
Well,
that's what they're saying. That's what the other side's saying about this.
Yeah.
It's like the flu. It'll be okay.
But they're kids in high school, and they're...
I know.
Hey, honey, I can't kiss you through this. So can you take off? So anyway, I think it's a real problem.
I'll change the subject real quick. I mentioned football, all the Downriver League football teams, registration ended at the end of June, but you really need to, if you want to get your kid into football, get them into football. Will these teams be playing in the fall? I don't know, but you should get your kids signed up because each city has to have all 3 divisions, the freshman, the JV, and the varsity in order to have...
That's a lot of kids.
Well, we determined 11 was all you needed. Nobody get hurt.
True enough.
If a kid gets hurt, just stick him in a corner over there.
True enough. Now, aren't they coming up with a lot of COVID even in soccer? I've been seeing on the news. A lot in soccer, a lot in baseball, and now in football too.
And there are some little leagues that are going. Melvindale's going. Taylor started up. I'm
Who's
not
testing?
sure about,
I'm just curious. Who's testing these guys?
Well, I'm not sure how.
Do they have a designated system that a guy comes, hey, Marty, hit me with your...
You can shoot them with the gun. We can't enter the studio without them shooting us with the gun to make sure we're not running a fever.
Or we wear our masks.
Right. The minute the cameras go off, the masks go on. So we have a lot of help, in here with us. As you notice, they've lengthened our desk here, so now we're 8 feet apart, which is good. But there are rules. Now, what are the Little Leagues doing? They're outdoors. That helps. Are they wearing masks when they're practicing? No way.
How about that running around out there going,
What I hear about Cedar Point opening and they don't want you screaming? You got to wear your mask on the ride.
So they're going to go slow?
The roller coaster ain't going no slower, buddy.
I guess I'm a screamer.
Well, as we wrap up, stay cool. It's hot outside. Next week looks
How about
better.
the yoga thing?
Oh, there's yoga on Wednesday nights.
There's yoga on Wednesday nights.
Outdoors, right outside our studio there.
Right.
Come by, grab popcorn and a chair.
That's right. You have to sign a popcorn and chair.
Get a hold of us, Local Sports Wrap Up, right there.
Oh, it's
at gmail.com.
Oh, yeah, there
look
is.
us up on YouTube. Local Sports Wrap Up. Just go on the YouTube channel or your YouTube app and give us a like, not only that.
You can even give us a dislike. I've heard of those people.
Follow us over there, That way we can, the more people we get signed up.
So we're in July. We don't have nothing going on here.
No street fairs, no nothing.
Street fair. Wow.
No sports, but we're going to talk about stuff every week.
Yep.
Until we run out of things to talk about.
Bring in your dogs.
Oh, you'll bring my dog here. That'd be a blast. Anyway, I'm Marty Chinesky, and that's my good friend Ken Montroy over there. And we will see you next week on Local Sports Wrap Up here on Wyandotte Cable. Thanks for watching. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Cookie.
Get well.
Get
Love
well,
you dearly.
Please get well.
We'll see you next week. Wear your mask.
Oh,
honestly,
Diane and
it's
Paul,
not a
because they're the only ones watching us.
personal attack on your freedom.
Oh, don't do that. I got to put my...